StarEngine now for 3.18 was released to Wave 1 PTU, meaning it's no longer NDA'd as a build, so we can actually talk about it, NDA being non-disclosure agreement, we can show it, we can sort of play it. Evocati, some content creators, RSI subscribers, and some of the most active players on the issue council now have access, sort of. Well, I say have access because there's kind of been some issues with this patch, and I want to talk about that along with confirmation that Alpha 3.18 Live will now be released in January 2023. So Cloud Imperium posted at the start of their This Week in Star Citizen post, we'd like to give you an update on Star Citizen Alpha 3.18. This upcoming milestone marks a giant technical leap forward on Star Citizen's journey to deliver real universal persistence, and we couldn't have it done without all of you. Thank you. The biggest task for us right now is getting everything running smoothly enough to release to the live servers. While we're close, we've determined that this will require a bit more time. Our current target is to open Alpha 3.18 on the PTU to all testers this week, so you can all dive in and check out the new content and technology over the holiday break. We'll then come back strong after the holidays and work to release to the live servers in January. So, there you have it. Open PTU is now the plan for the end of this year, and live for 3.18 in January 2023. Anyone that follows my channel regularly will know that my editor, Zinnia, was right. Well done, Zinnia. You are great and magnificent. But ever the pessimist, I just want to test and play the new stuff. So I'm happy with having just an open PTU, and I don't want Cloud Imperium to release a buggy mess to the live build. It is the correct decision. If it's not going to be ready, don't rush it, don't just release it. That all said, I am disappointed that it's not going to be live and complete for the holidays, because I would like a more stable build that is more complete, because what all of us would, right? We want more all the time because it's game development, of course we want more. Unfortunately though, the Wave 1 Alpha for 3.18 has also been seeing some teething issues with its deployment and the servers too. Cloud Imperium put out a post, Alpha 3.18 PTU Update 1. Earlier today, we opened the gates and welcomed Wave 1 testers to access Alpha 3.18 on the PTU. This upcoming milestone marks a giant technical leap forward on Star Citizen's journey to deliver an uncompromising shared universe. Far from our typical quarterly patch, this release introduces a fundamental change to our entire backend, bringing an all-new set of backend services, granting universal persistence, and even the migration of entire game states into the cloud, which significance should not be understated. While things are looking good, we're not in the clear just yet. The big task for us now is getting everything running smoothly enough to release it to the live servers. The good news is today's release to Wave 1 has been a tremendous success. We sustained a much higher concurrency than we anticipated and ran into a critical issue that wasn't due to scaling, which is excellent news. In order to properly diagnose the issue, we suspended player access and dove into the state of things. While doing that, actions were taken to mitigate and recover the environment, and once everything was operational again, we opened the PTU back up. Now, I'd just like to say that their spin on what a great success is fantastic. What a good spin. Like, just basically saying, look, these are for testing when we release it to the PTU. Public test universe. Now, you found bugs and everything broke. Fantastic, guys. Well done. Now we can fix them. Poor little BoredGamer and Zinnia, we're just crying here trying to salvage something. Can't even salvage nothing. Sorry, back to the post. This is a tangible example of how all of you are helping us bring this behemoth to life. While our Evocati testers on the front line are crucial to the process, huge shout out, these releases to additional PTU waves are equally important. The additional traffic grants us the valuable opportunity to stress test under high loads and is the most efficient way of uncovering potential issues, and in this case, it was a massive victory for the teams here as we were able to uncover and diagnose key issues to help further prepare 3.18 for prime time. It's also important to note that we're keeping the servers region locked to the US for now and limiting the number of shards and instances so we can maintain concentrated traffic in a smaller environment, as this is the most effective use of our time for data collection for the time being. As a result, some of you will find you are unable to access the PTU, but a little persistence, no pun intended, usually does the trick. Of course, Alpha 3.18 testing introduces a radically different paradigm than what we have all been accustomed to in the previous years. There's going to be some choppy waters as we dial in the new systems in under load, so it's safe to expect various levels of instability, and the style of dynamic and reactive testing response you saw today will be the norm going forward in this PTU testing phase. With that said though, with your activity, support and enthusiasm, we're more confident than ever. So as of right now, the morning after the Wave 1 launch, when I try and log in to Wave 1 PTU, there are a lot of people ahead of me in the queue. Sort of like, well, I say a lot, 200, I think, let me just log in quickly right now, 53. That's a lot less than I had previously. Now, the problem I have is that typically when I want to get footage, it is the morning for me, but it is prime time for a lot of the late night American players. And because the servers are in the US and there's no sort of EU servers and there's a lot fewer servers as well, well, that means that me trying to log in the mornings is a bad idea. Testing 3.18 is not going great for me at the moment, but I will persevere. And as Cloud Imperium said, that's what you've got to do at the moment. You've got to sort of just keep on trying to log on if you want to help with the test. And they will open it up to more servers in the not too distant future because they plan to have an open PTU later this week. I am, however, happy with the amount of features and content in this 3.18 patch. The patch notes, yeah, absolutely fantastic. There is all I expected and more. So some of the items that I sort of wasn't expecting were sort of new derelicts and missions at them, new delivery missions, some new reputation stuff, loads of quality of life fixes, loads of bug fixes for NPC mission problems and ships and their seats, a huge amount more river and outpost updates and sort of additions there. They've updated restricted areas around cities and landing zones. So, takeaway from today, you're not missing too much if you're not in Wave 1 PTU for 3.18 at the moment, because it's relatively unstable. There are login problems. There are going to be issues where they sort of just take the PTU offline for a few hours and things like that. And they're sort of region locked to the US. Obviously, you can still log in from other places, but you're going to have lag, and it might not be the best time of day for you to do that. 3.18 Live is now targeted for January 2023, but we are getting an open PTU, at least that's the plan, by the end of this week. So I'm looking forward to that. Open PTU, still pretty good fun. It means I can just play and mess around with a load of stuff. Boom, that's it. What do you think though? Are you excited for 3.18? Did you expect it to be delayed to 2023 like Zin did? Are you happy with just an open PTU for the end of this year? Have you been able to play in 3.18 on the PTU servers yet? And if so, what do you think? Have you had a great time? Have you had a terrible time trying to log in? What do you think of the patch notes and all those new features? If you haven't seen them yet, then check out my video on that. But whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Do you have eyes? I know I do. Do you want precise eye and head tracking that's natively supported in Star Citizen for that deep immersion? And it just so happens that Tobii Eye Tracker 5 has a 20% off sale until the 2nd of January 2023. So go to tobii.gg/BoredGamer or follow the links down below to get your discount.
Ho ho ho! Merry Nordmas!
It's Santa!
No, Timmy, it's Father Nordmas. I'm legally distinct and spread NordVPN cheer. Here you go, little Tim. Have some discount on your next NordVPN purchase. Just what you wanted. Go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer.
But Santa, we don't want a VPN.
I told you, Tim, it's Father Nordmas.
Every month we have a ship giveaway. For December, we are giving away the mighty Drake Corsair Explorer with a Star Citizen game package and lifetime insurance. This no-nonsense Explorer can take you and 3 friends to the limits of adventure around the verse, and although more focused on exploration and expedition, it is a great multi-role mission runner too. Comment on any of my videos during December to be in for a chance of winning that. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Please don't forget to like and especially subscribe to the videos, leave comments, and if you feel so inclined, use the join button under my videos and give a little bit each month to help the channel. It really, really does help. Or you can even become a Patreon or donate. Check out all the links below. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great time in the verse.